Bianca, it was just yesterday the president was asking Congress to act immediately to do something to stop a strike. Where do things stand right now?
Hey, Veronica, it does look like we may have been able to avert a strike for now. The Democrats announced just earlier today that they'll be voting on a bill tomorrow that would prevent a walkout among workers. But as you already mentioned, 4 of the 12 unions voted against this tentative deal that was reached in September. So we know this move has angered a lot of those workers, and in addition to some of the other unions as well that didn't vote in favor of the ratification either. So this really doesn't seem like it's going to be the end of the story just yet.
The deadline for a nationwide rail strike is 10 days away, and several industries are on edge.
The rail infrastructure is critical infrastructure.
In a letter to congressional leaders, over 400 trade groups wrote, "The risks to our nation's economy and communities simply make a national rail strike unacceptable. Therefore, absent a voluntary agreement, we call on you to take immediate steps to prevent a national rail strike and the certain economic destruction that would follow." Experts fear a rail stoppage could lead to shortages in everything from gas to food to cars, and as a result, that could lead to price hikes, potentially making current inflation worse. It could also cause a headache for up to 7 million commuters per day. Ultimately, it'll all come down to whether a deal is reached between rail companies and unions, the latter of which wants better working conditions.
I got displaced from my job and had to go work about 300 miles from home 5 days a week. And so I was only home for, about a day and a half every week.
If not, railroads could come to a halt at midnight on December 9th, threatening to upend an already fragile supply chain. This comes after a tentative deal was struck in September with an assist from the White House. It gave workers 14% raises with back pay and 24% raises over the course of 5 years. It also promised $1,000 cash bonuses annually. But it was never just about wages.
You can work for the company for up to 7 years and only have 2 weeks vacation, no sick days, no personal days, nothing else.
The Brotherhood of Maintenance of Way Employees Division is one of the 4 unions that rejected the deal, in part due to no sick time offered. If an agreement isn't reached in time, the U.S. economy stands to lose up to $2 billion a day. In the letter to Congress, trade groups warned the agriculture sector in particular is at risk if delivery of fertilizers, chlorine, and other products essential to clean water, our food supply, and electricity generation are interrupted.
Now, if the strike were to happen, there's virtually no industry that would be safe from being affected here. I mean, if you think about just, the products we all use every day, our home appliances, furniture in our homes, the toothpaste in our bathrooms, unless you're someone that is fully committed to shopping locally and shopping through small businesses in your town, everything that we rely on has been shipped from some other part of the country, if not the world. And another thing to think about right now is that post-pandemic, a lot of U.S.-based businesses have been trying to avoid their intense reliance on the global supply chain because of how it was disrupted. But something like this, a rail strike, could further add to that complication. The good news, though, is that this isn't expected to really harm Christmas shopping that much, so you don't have to worry about that. And that's simply because most of the products that have already been ordered or are typically expected to be ordered around this time have already been moved around the country and shipped. But this definitely could continue to be a problem into the new year if both sides don't come to an ultimate agreement.
We are definitely watching closely. Bianca Ficini reporting live from Washington for us. Bianca, thank you so much.